Hi everybody. Welcome to, I think it's Saturday. Regardless, we're doing abs. I don't care. Saturday morning abs, which is really, I don't know, is it Saturday? I think so. Saturday morning abs is what it is. We're gonna do it, we're gonna get started. I found the one thing that I love about the IGTV, the thing I love most, morning Jason, that I love most about the IGTV is now I can go back and actually see what we did. Because we loved, do you know what, every day now we're just recycling classes, but that's okay. I tend to add my Saturday, am I saying that right? I don't know. I've lost the ability to read in isolation. So yeah, I'm able to actually go back. Good morning, Alex. I've lost the ability, I've not lost the ability. I've lost the ability to speak and to think independently, but I am able to go back now and actually see what we did. However, even though I recycle classes, in the moment I get these ideas and then I do these moves is what I do. Good morning, Diana. Good morning, Perry. Good morning, Elena. Oh my goodness, everyone's joining. Everyone loves the abs day. We love it. So yeah, I also want to make a public service announcement to everyone that we know that things are starting to go back to normal. What that means for me is that I return to work next week, so as of Tuesday. However, with that being said, I want to continue this. So this is something that honestly, it brings me a lot of joy being with you guys in the mornings. You know, all your messages that you've sent me, a lot of you have sent me really beautiful messages that I really love, and I truly believe, like, there's nothing in this world that I love more than just really giving what I can. So like that's something that I am. If you know me, you know that like I give my time, I give my blood, I give everything. So it's something that brings me a lot of joy. And I know that not everyone is in this place where they are also going back to work, or maybe they're not doing that. So the only thing is 9 a.m. might not be the best time for me to get to work on time, and I'm hoping to keep my job and that my boss doesn't fire me for being late every day. So I may move Pilates to 8 a.m., which is so friggin' early, but I don't know. Like I'm gonna ponder it. I'm gonna be pondering because I want to continue this until things are semi-normal. Semi-normal is the word I want to use because I don't know if anything will ever go back to normal. Like I'm not really sure, or to the way it was, let's say, because I guess normal is just kind of like your definition of what normal is. But yeah, so I'm gonna ponder, but Candace Pilates is not, we're not stopping. We're doing it at the front of store tables. Can you imagine? Oh my goodness. In the vestibule, in the front vestibule is where I will do it. It'll be perfect. Yeah, so it's going to continue because I know that not everyone is in this place where maybe they are going back, and until I notice that it's semi-normal, I'm going to continue this. Like I want to continue this. I want to be here with you guys, and regardless, it's saved to the IGTV that I hate so much, but it's there for us. So public service announcement is over. Let's get to our mats. It's abs day. I'm gonna set the timer. I'm gonna pray that I didn't let this die again, because you know it's like following a jackal sometimes. It's craziness. So we're gonna lay down. It is abs day, so we're recycling my class. Recycling the class. I believe it's like week 2, but also Monday. So it's a good time. So laying down on our backs, if you need to do a little stretch like I did, absolutely go for it. I believe most of you have been with me before, so you understand what this looks like. But for those of you that are maybe joining a little later or are new, we're going to set it up for them. So when we are in our supine position, our knees are bent. We really should be able just to graze our heels with our fingers. Our knees are aligned with our hips. So if we were to touch and we were to look, that's what that looks like. We're heavy through the pelvis and we're light through the back. So we're not pressing in, we're not arching. We can bring our hands out beside us. We can flip them over if we want to take the weight out of the hands. We can keep them on our belly. We can do whatever we want with our hands, really, as long as you're keeping that nice long neck and your shoulders are not creeping up to the ears. So I wouldn't put my hands like that because that's gonna be dicey. It's gonna be dicey. So we're just gonna warm up the hips, bringing those legs up to tabletop, making sure that the knees are right above the hips. They can be in slightly also. Pointing that toe, really strong belly. So let's take a second and make sure that the belly is really, really, really strong. If your knees are in like this, you're probably not going to be able to engage your belly that well. So try to ride that edge if you can. So touch your belly. Is it nice and hard? You're doing a good job. So hinging at the hip, we're just going to tap our toes. So I know we like to start this off in abs, or I like to start this off in abs. I believe in most of the time you would think I believe that we should start abs really kind of like building, until there was that one class when I started off with our hardest moves and then worked to the easiest, and like I was dead trying to do basic things. So this is what I believe in, but we are going to be doing some movements where we're going to be moving our hips in order to engage our abs. So I think it's important that we kind of work into the hips just to make sure that it's a fluid movement. So if you're new, what I want you to keep in mind is that you're not bending at the knee to make this movement. It's as if your leg is stiff in a 90 degrees. You can't move it out of that 90 degrees, and your hip is just hinging to tap your toe. So let's do another 3, 3, 2. Is your belly still strong? 2. Last one. 1. We're going to bring it up. We are going to bring it up. We're going to open the legs still on that 90 degrees, and we're going to close them. Open and close. Your legs can touch on the inside if that's what you want to do. You can absolutely go for that. If your legs don't touch, that's okay. Just bringing them to that neutral position where they're in line with the hips is what's important. So working into those hip flexors right now, just kind of warming the belly up and letting it know that we're going to be working into it a little bit is the goal. Let's say it's the goal of the moment. Oh my goodness. And we're going to do 3. We'll do 2. We'll do 1. We'll bring it in, set it down, just have a feel. Make sure that you can still feel your heels with your little fingernails. So now, bringing our hands, we're going to go into our ab curl. So you guys know the drill. We're going to bring our hands behind our head. We're going to cradle our head with our fingers. So I'm interlocking my fingers underneath, really nice and long in the neck, getting really strong through the belly, bringing the elbows in just slightly so we can see them out of our peripherals. And we're going to roll up to the tips of our shoulder blades and roll back down. Rolling up to the tips of the shoulder blades and rolling back down. Rolling up and back down. And syncing our breath, and we're exhaling as we come up, and we're inhaling as we go down. Exhaling as we come up, and inhaling as we go down. So this is a movement that I want you to take it just kind of like we're doing it right now, where we're not like sonic speed, like let's see how many we can do at a time. Even if you want to go a little bit slower, you absolutely can, but what I want to ask of you is just to ride that edge. So it'd be really easy just to kind of like lift up and kind of feel it and come back down, but almost take it, I would say, a half a centimeter higher than when you feel that engagement start in the belly, just to warm it up and to get into it a little bit more. So there's some movements where it's almost like we trick ourselves into thinking, you know, I can feel this, you know, I'm good, but it's like it's about riding that edge, and it's about growing. So sometimes we need to push ourselves a little bit beyond that. And if we get into it and it's a little too far, we can back out. Like, I'm not saying that you should go like full throttle all the way, but I think that sometimes we get a little bit comfortable, and even I'm in that place where I'm like, oh yeah, I can kind of feel this, or, you know, oh, I'm just kind of doing this movement here, but I'm not really growing in that space. And I think that when we get, you know, when we get comfortable, that's where we leave that place of growth, and we always want to be growing. And we'll do 3. We'll do 2. We'll do 1. We know we love to pulse, so we're going to hold it up, and we're going to pulse, pulse, pulse. You can pulse with your hands behind your head. You can even bring them out if you wish, but if like your neck starts to get sore, you can bring that hand behind your neck again, or both hands. It doesn't really matter. but we're just pulsing into those abs. We're not resting. We're gonna do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna hold it up to our highest depth. High, but not rolling up all the way. I don't wanna see you sitting for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna pulse, 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 pulse. Do those pulses. Pulse, pulse. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna hold it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna continue pulsing. So if you're feeling like your neck is starting to disappear, maybe you're just like, I don't know, you're in that space, just try to look up, say to the corner of the ceiling. So looking up slightly, we're not looking up to the ceiling and cranking our neck, but if you look up to the corner, that'll kind of give you that neck length that you're going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up, a little bit higher, and a little bit higher for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lay it down. Lay it down, get out of those abs. Bring the knees into the chest just for a hot second, because you know that we're gonna jump back in. If there's anything you know, is that we're gonna jump back in. So we're gonna lay our feet back on the ground. Can we touch our heels just slightly? Yes, we can. We are going to sweep those hands behind our head, and we're gonna lift one knee into tabletop and then the other knee into tabletop. So just take a moment to kind of get your balance in this pose, because really at the end of the day, it's like your back that's supporting you. That's the only thing that's really on the ground. So when we take away that stability of the legs, it's a little bit tricky. You might need to bring your knees in slightly in order to keep yourself balanced, and that's okay. I don't want to recommend keeping your legs out, because that's probably going to kill you. So knees above the hips, and again, we're just going to roll up to our simple ab curl and back down. We're not going to do too many of these. If you need to rest a foot, go for it. If you need to rest both feet, this is too much on your back, you're feeling it and you're cranking into your low back, rest both feet. This is your practice. There's no such thing as a perfect practice. It's why we do it every day. We practice. We'll do 5. Oh no, I think the dragon's awake. 4, 3, 2, 1. We are going to keep it up, and we're just going to roll into our oblique. So it's almost as if we're trying to point our opposite elbow to our opposite knee. We're coming back, we're not resting in the middle. We're keeping that, we're riding that edge, and then we're going over to the opposite side and back. So just rolling and back, rolling and back. Hi, Shannon. Rolling and back. Oh my God, okay, keep going. Rolling and back, rolling and back. 4, 5, 5. Oh my God, 5 might be ambitious. 4, 4, 3, 3. We'll do 2. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry guys. 2, 1, 1. Bring it down. So you can bring those knees into the chest again. Maybe let's bring our knees out wide or our feet out wide, and we're just gonna windshield wiper side to side. Just get out of that back, get out of the abs. Side to side. When you're ready, bringing it in. So bringing it in, this is where I'm going to recommend keeping your hands out by you for support. So if they're in a T shape, if they're anything but in a V shape with your palms down, I'll recommend you putting it like that. If you need more support, you can also keep your hands under your bum. So we did a move similar to this yesterday. We're not going to go into the full one, but what we're looking for right now is I just want you to curl your knees into the chest and then back to the table. So just a little bit of lift through the bum. What I don't want to see is like just really getting into it, really super crazy, really articulating. So if that means you just lift a centimeter off the ground, you lift a centimeter off the ground. But what we're not doing is we're not going into the full rollover like we did yesterday. We're just kind of keeping it into that low belly. So when you are ready, getting into your position, again, if you're feeling really like poppy through your hips or like you just can't support yourself and your back is arching, bring your hands under your bum. That'll give you a little bit more support. So just bringing the knees into the chest and then bringing it back to the table. Knees into the chest, and back to the table. To the chest, and into the table. So again, we're going to exhale when we bring them in, and we're going to inhale. Exhaling, and inhaling. And we'll do this for another 5 before we add on. We'll do 4, 3, we'll do 2, and we'll do last one. Bringing it out to your table. So leaving it in your table, we're going to add on to this move, and we've done this before. So keeping your toes flexed. If you want to extend your legs in this position, you can. Unfortunately, I pulled my knee, so like for me to extend my leg in this position, it really is not pleasant, but you can definitely do that if you have the hamstring length. So if you have the hamstring flexibility and it's not going to bring it into your back, absolutely go for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we are going to extend our legs, externally rotate them, so it's like our heels are pointed together, not our toes, so we're not pigeon toeing, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to do that, say 5 times. So when you're ready, bringing it to your level. So if you are in your table, you can extend a little bit if you want. You can extend all the way if you wish, and that's super cool. So whatever feels best for you, bringing it in. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to extend for 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, bring it in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring it out for 1, 2, 3, 4. So just tiny lifts. 2, 3, 4. Bring it out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1. Almost there. 2, 3, 4. Bring it out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Make it count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring it out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hug it in. Hug it in. Give it a little baby hug. We're going to extend out, just a little active rest. I love this active rest move because it's not a rest. We're not resting, but we are. So, bringing the legs out in line with our hips, but very straight. Flexing those feet and flexing in through the thighs. So feel your legs, are they engaged? You know, you should feel your quads starting to fire up in this position. Don't bring it to like your max, like, you know, like you're trying to squat 400 pounds or something. Like that's not what I'm looking for, but I just want a slight engagement. So you can kind of feel them starting to fire up. Rolling up to your shoulder blades, keeping a nice long neck and a nice tight belly. So feel your belly. Is your belly engaging? If it's not, maybe bring it up a little bit higher or just help it out and engage it yourself. Bringing your hands by your side. I like to bring my palms up so I'm externally rotating to get that nice posture, but if that doesn't feel comfortable, don't do it. And we're just going to lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. So in this move, I want you to be really, really aware of your body. So checking in, going through that checklist. Are my legs engaged? Is my belly engaged? Am I losing my neck? So thinking about those things. You know, are my legs engaged? Is my belly engaged? Am I losing my neck? Because it's really easy when we're in a move like this, even though it seems really easy, it's like something's got to give. You know, something's got to give. We lose that engagement. You know, we start to get soft in our belly. Our neck disappears. So just kind of pulsing up, pulsing up, pulsing up, pulsing up, and breathing. So this is a little too quick for us to sync our breath. So just making sure that you are breathing. I've said it in a previous class, if you can't remember to breathe, just talk to yourself because you will naturally breathe as you're talking. That's why I don't pass out when I'm doing this, because if you watch, well, you guys are here. I like literally talk the entire time. We'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lay it down. Lay it down. Windshield wiper the legs. Windshield wiper those knees side to side. We're going to go into our last little sequence. Our last sequence is going to be in our like quadruped plank, hands and knees. You know the drill. So however you want to get up. You can roll up, stand up, roll over. You can do whatever as long as we get to our hands and knees. But first let's set up our hands and knees. So our wrists are directly underneath our shoulders, our knees are in line with our hips and directly underneath, and we're nice and strong through the belly. So if you're having a look at my body right now, you know, I'm not just kind of like hanging out in the belly, I'm not like curling forward, I'm not doing anything like that. I'm really straight, so you'd be able to rest something on my back if you really wanted to. Nice and straight. Yes. You can tuck the toes if that feels good. We will a little bit later, but whatever feels good for you right now. Pressing the hands into the mat, and we're pushing that away. So we're almost hollowing in through the chest. We are hollowing in through the chest. So our chest is nice and hollow, and our upper thoracic is nice and round. So if we were to rest something on the upper thoracic, it would probably fall off right now. So if we have like a little ping pong ball, it would probably fall off because it's nice and rounded, and we are pushing that ground away from us. So just getting into our scapula before we go into our moves. So we did this did we do it yesterday? I don't know. We did it, there's no days for me anymore. So we're pushing away, we're rounding, almost feeling it into the pecs right now. And then we're dipping our chest down. So it's almost like we're grabbing something with our shoulder blades. And our chest is you know, closer to the middle of our bicep. We're bringing it up, rounding, and then bringing it down. We're going to push that ground away, push, 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 and then we're bringing our chest down. So while we're doing this, we still have a very active belly. We're bringing it down. We're not losing that engagement in our belly. Bringing it down. Let's do another 3. We'll do 2. And we'll do last one. So we're going to do something similar. I want you to tuck the toes, but now we're going to bring it a little bit more into the abs. So making sure that our knees are under our hips are going to be imperative, and readjusting if you come out of alignment. And when you come up, if you need to readjust, absolutely go for it to what feels the most comfortable. So pressing the hands into the floor, we are going to lift into our scapula and lift our knees. And we're going to lower our knees and lower our chest. Really strong through the belly, we're lifting. Maybe just hovering the knees 2 inches, maybe an inch off the floor. Lower and lower. And we're going to do another 3 and lower. And we'll do 2 and we'll lower. And we'll do last one. And we will lower. So we're going to walk into our, or we're not going to walk into our plank, we're going to step back into our plank. So again, I want you to keep that scapular engagement like we've been doing. So really hollowing out that chest. Make sure that chest is nice and hollow. If to support yourself, you need to bring your hands slightly wider than your shoulders, you can do that, but just making sure that they're not, you know, back here, they're not way out in front of you. So stepping into the plank. Stepping into that plank, checking in, making sure that you're almost scooping that bum down. So it's very ugly. It's the ugliest bum you could possibly make ever in your lifetime. It's scooped. It's not cute. Don't worry. Don't worry. There's no one here to judge you. No one can see you. So getting nice and strong. And we're just going to bring the knee into the nose. If you need to bring your bum up a little bit to do it, absolutely do it. And we're going to step back. So lifting, I'm now lifting my left leg. I'm bringing my knee into my nose. And we're stepping it back. Let's do this 3 more times. So we're going to bring the knee to the nose. And we're going to step it back. Bring the knee to the nose. And step it back. Just 2 more times. Knee to nose. Step it back. Knee to nose. Step it back, last one. Knee to nose, step it back, knee to nose, step it back. Set your knees down. Maybe stretch it out into a child's pose. I'm not fully in a child's pose. I'm something in between like a puppy and a child's. But just stretching out of those abs. Getting out of the body right now. Just getting that all out. We're going to go into our last little move. So in this one, we're going to be in a forearm plank. If you can't be in a forearm plank and you want to be in a straight arm plank, you can definitely do this. If you want to put down your knees, and in any move, you can really modify it how you want, like you know me. But in my forearm plank, or in your forearm plank, you can either keep your arms straight in front of you so that they are just extensions of your shoulders. In this particular move, I like to bring my hands together, so I like to hold my own hands just to support me, but I'm going to let you choose whatever you want to do in this space. So we're going to go up into our forearm plank. Going up into our forearm plank, remember, we're going to scoop that belly. You know, we're not coming up, we're not laying down, we're not doing anything like that. So bringing that into that nice, strong plank. Sorry, my timer is going to go off. There we go. Beautiful. Bringing it in, and we're just gonna hold it for a moment. Really thinking about our scapula. Are we hollowing through that chest? Are we hollowing? This isn't gonna be a long hold because we're gonna do something after. So we're gonna do something after for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna begin to dip the hips. So not touching the ground, just dipping the hips from side to side. This is your last move. Make it count. I'm looking at the timer, guys. Making sure you're not going into a downward dog right now. You are still in your plank. You are almost there, guys. If you got out of it, get back in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Oh my goodness. What was that about? Bring it down. You guys are done. So we're going to go into a bit of a stretch. If you can join me, it's only going to be about 3-4 minutes. If you can't, please take some time to stretch out today. So we're going to bring our hands down to the ground. Our elbows are underneath our shoulders, and we're going to stretch into our Sphinx. So when we're doing this, what you don't see is I'm really active. So my hands are pressing to the ground, and I'm almost pulling my hands back to bring my chest forward and stretch out the abs. I'm also, when I'm in a Sphinx, I'm almost flexing my belly a little bit just to take it out of the low back. Because if not, that's when you can get back pain. If this isn't enough for you and you're not really feeling much, you can walk the hands up. But again, what's important is that you're flexing into the belly so that you're protecting the low back and you're shining your chest through. So your hands are really, really, really active in this space. Really active. You can also lift your thighs off the ground too if you wish and bring it into an upward dog if that feels good. Right now, I'm a little too tired to go into that. I think I would compromise my form, so I'm just going to stay right here. A really nice proud chest. That's what we're going for. We're going to roll it up, bring it back to our child's pose. So just stretching the arms out. We did work a lot into, when we work the core, we always work the back because it's like that corset, you know? Like they're so connected that it would almost be impossible to work into the abdominals and not work into the back at all. It wasn't our main focus. Like today is not back day, and I don't offer a back day because it's really difficult to do when you don't have any props. And regardless, not many of us want to walk out of here looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger from the back. So I'm not, you know, it's not my main focus, but it's almost impossible to do an ab workout without working the back. So let's just do a quick little twist and we'll go into our mermaids and then we're done. So we're going to lift the left hand up to the sky while we're in our quadruped. So wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. So reaching it up, and we're gonna thread down. So we're bringing our arm underneath, and we're just laying down. My hand is pointed up towards the sky. You know, you might get a little adjustment in through the back. You can lift this top hand if you wish. You can lay it on your back to open up your chest a little bit more. If you have the flexibility, you can grab the thigh. It's what works best. So just a quick little adjustment. Bringing it up, setting that hand down. We want to bring that hand back up to the sky before setting it down. Now working on the opposite side. So bringing that arm up to the sky, stretch, 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 stretch. And now we're going to weave it through and under the armpit. So again, you can bring that hand, you can either support you in front of you, you can bring it up to the sky, you can lay it on the back, you can reach for the thigh if you have that flexibility, just to open up into the chest also, to give yourself a nice little twist. So this is not only going to work into the shoulders, which, you know, we didn't really work on today, but many of us tend to be really tight in our shoulders, but it also helps to stretch out the thoracic, which we don't tend to pay a lot of attention to because it's our upper back. We don't have as much mobility, so we kind of ignore it. There we go, bringing it down. We're going to sit down, sweeping our legs out to the right, bringing our left hand out beside us to support us, right hand up, and we're going to twist. So you can lay down, you know, it can look like this, whatever feels best for you, while still maintaining a stretch through the side. This hand that's supporting me is very active. It's pressing me away. It's like it's trying to shoot me through the window is what it's doing. There we go. Bringing the hands up and then just moving it to the opposite side. In this space, my supporting hand isn't as active. It's still active, like it's not hanging out, but it's not as active because this is naturally going to be a more challenging stretch. So we don't need to really use anything else to get into that stretch. Bringing it up, sweeping the feet in front of us to the opposite side, bringing our right hand out to support us, left hand up to the sky. Again, keeping this hand that's supporting us active. It's almost like it's trying to shoot us. You know, shoot us in this direction is what it's doing. And making sure that you're nice and open through the chest. So, you know, we're not looking like this. We're not turning, trying to actively open up that chest. Bringing it up. And then sweeping it to the opposite side. And like I said, this is naturally going to be a more challenging stretch. Bringing it up, giving it a shake if you need, whatever feels good, and you guys are done. You guys are done. You can go out and you can enjoy your beautiful Saturday. You can run through the fields if you wish. It doesn't really matter, whatever you want to do. So I want to thank you guys so much for showing up with me today. You guys always motivate me every single day that we have been together. These past 50 days, you guys have motivated me every day. Jason, I'm in love with you. Oh my goodness. Can you please screenshot that? Because I want that comment to live on forever. And it will never live on forever in the IGTV. Oh, actually, can I screenshot it without? I did. Yay. Okay. Yes. So, sorry, I lost where I was. Yeah, so you guys motivate me every single day. Like I said, I will post on my story what I'm doing for time. I think that 8 a.m. should work. But until we sort this whole coronavirus, until we sort it out, like I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here for you. So thank you so much. I hope that you take the time today to drink some water because we really worked up a sweat, and to give yourself gratitude for showing up on your mat so early and for celebrating your body in such a beautiful way. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Namaste. We will see you tomorrow at 10:30 for ass, for butt, for glutes. Oh my God, I want to screenshot all of this because I love you guys so much. Thank you so much, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I got to screenshot these. Okay. Love you. Bye. Beep.